might ding. I don't know.
Let me make sure you can hear us.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Off the Line Performance YouTube channel. My name is Grayson, I am the shop manager here, and before you is my sleeper, haven't quite messed with the bodywork yet, 2001 IS300. Before I open it, this car started out as a customer car. The guy's name was Justin, he dropped it off, and he was using the factory 2JZ GE motor for a 280Z swap that he's doing. And so he brought us the car, I extracted the engine and transmission, and then it sat here for a while. And so we ended up hitting him up and we were like, hey, what do you want us to do with this car? And he said, I don't want it. And so I shot him a dirt cheap offer on it. He said, fine, and mailed me the title, and here we are. So I got the car as a roller, and a couple months after we got the car and got it titled and all that stuff, we ordered a Toyota 2JZ GTE out of a Japanese Aristo. In the US, they came as a GS300, but we didn't get the turbo model. So what you're looking at before you is a completely stock long block 2JZ VVTi, which did not come in any US car because the variable cam gear is what makes it different from the Supras. So it's very, very similar to what you'll see in a Mark IV Supra Turbo. It has a MCC Loyalty intake manifold. It has a Artec Performance cast stainless exhaust manifold with a Pulsar 7375 compact. Everything was done in-house. I'm very proud of this car because it did not leave the building until it was finished. We were able to complete the entire build with off-the-shelf parts and with the talents of the people here and the fabrication department as well. So all the intercooler piping, the intercooler end tanks, the downpipe, the 4-inch exhaust, the catch can, everything was done in-house. We were able to do all this retaining all the factory air conditioning, power steering, heat, everything. So it's a very, very streetable setup. We just got back from lunch, so it's pretty warm right now. But on the dyno, it made around 720 horsepower, fully maxing out the injectors. We turned it back down to around a safe 600, so we have some headroom in case the injectors need to spray some more fuel in there. I haven't swapped the transmission in yet, but I do have an ATF A340E transmission sitting over there. I just need to swap it in, but everything around the engine and the drivetrain is built to handle around 1,300 horsepower. So the turbo is set for 1,300. The fuel system's adequate for 1,300. When we decide to finally build the motor and really turn it up, it will be as simple as adjusting the map and changing the injectors, and then we can make probably upwards of 1,300 if we really want to push the limits of the parts. For the fuel system, we have a fuel lab regulator, a Continental Flex fuel sensor, a Powerhouse Racing triple 525 hanger in the trunk. One pump runs all the time, the other two come on when it goes into boost so that we're not overheating the fuel. And everything you see before you with the transmission included is all controlled by a Haltech 2500T. The T is important because it has torque management, because we are going to drag race this car. So, along with all of the intercooler piping and custom fabrication, Andrew in the back cooked up a custom 4-inch straight pipe, so it is very loud, but with a 2J, you gotta have something that sounds cool, and I personally love the sound of just a straight piped JZ with a big turbo on it. I think they sound incredible, so. For wheels and tires, right now it's just the stock, crusty old 20-year-old 17-inch wheels, but I am trying to get my hands on some Weld RTSs in Supra fitment because it's basically a direct swap over. Obviously, the Mark IV Supra has a lot more support for its wheel fitment, and so you just kind of buy whatever fits a Supra and slap it onto your IS. So I'll let you get the filming, but I'll key it on for you. Since it does have a Haltech 2500, we are able to utilize a IC7 dash, but you can use that on any sort of ECU setup. Haltech is awesome about leaving their CAN profiles open to a bunch of different companies, so anybody can use an IC7. But got the display on there with all the technical readouts, all the important information you need when you're driving one of these cars. I really loved the factory, sort of Rolex looking gauge cluster, but I needed some more information available to me while I'm driving it. So unfortunately we had to ditch it. Other than that, the interior is basically completely untouched from when I bought it. It has the parts store brand WeatherTech floor mats and old suede seats, but it's full interior. The AC, power steering, heat works, the sunroof works. It's got a full-size fuel tank. It's what I really wanted to build it for was drag and drive events, so Rocky Mountain Race Week, Sick Week, stuff like that, where you can throw pump gas in the tank, drive it 200 miles, go to the drag strip, do rips, and then drive it to the next track. So that's really what we're aiming for with this car. I think it should be totally doable. And yeah, I'm excited to finally get it out to the track in the spring and do some hits on it. Everything's being controlled by the Haltech, tuned by our very own Cole, which you've seen in some of our other videos. So yeah, if you have any other questions, or if you want us to build your 2JZ powered car, you can hit us up at offthelineperformance.com, sales@offthelineperformance.com, or you can give us a call, 515-513-6399.
Grayson got his new transmission in the IS300, so I was gonna put the original video out, and we did polls in the old with the old transmission, but we figured why don't we put some power down and not blow through the torque converter and go do some actual hits. This guy's out here waiting for me. Let's see how this new transmission works. Rolling this time.
It's rolling?
Yeah.
For real this time?
It is.
Okay. So we now have the ATF Speed A340 Stage 4 and A340 3800 stall converter installed. That's the only difference. The tune is the same, so I can't let it roll through the gears because we haven't done the torque reduction for shifting yet. But I can leave it in second and we can go for a rip.
Let's do it. Yeah, I watched the video back and I was like, why is it only 55 seconds long? And we get to like through the light and it just shuts off.
Let's run this time. You stay there. You stay there.
Oh my god.
It's pretty fucking sick, dude.
Yeah. This would literally never get old.
No. No. And obviously rowing gears would be cool if it was a smaller turbo. Because if it has a big turbo like this and you're using a stick shift and you're not using a strain gauge or anything like that, it falls out of boost, you know? So the fact that it's an automatic, it can stay in boost, it's going to be extremely, extremely fast and smooth.
Yeah.
And if we're going to race this thing seriously, we want it to be both.
Yeah.
I gotta fix the radio.
Yeah, you gotta keep that in there. I'm surprised your e-brake hasn't just shattered your screen.
Yeah, no kidding.
Out. This car feels awesome now.
Yep. There it is, dude. It works.
Thanks. Thanks for the ride.
Again?
Yeah. Part 2. We did this like 30 minutes ago, but the camera shut off, so.
I hit him up, I was like, hey, send me one of those clips, and he goes, yeah, so about that. Oh, that shit's fun, dude.
It's so fun. Oh God, we're dark again.
Okay, bye. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe.
What he said.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.